So in our today's session, so we will talk about applications of a graph and then what are the memory representations in a given graph based on the directed, undirected and weighted graphs. So these are the topics we are going to cover in today's session. So before talking about the representations, first of all we will came to know that what are the general applications with the help of the graphs. So graphs can be used to solve many problems in our real life. So what are those problems? Like, for example, if you want to search one address through the Google Map, then it will show some paths, right? Yes, so it will show, for example, from your college to your home. So if you search here from source to destination, the Google Map will show us a different many paths. So in that many paths, you will choose the which path is having the less distance. That one you are going to choose. Okay, so that is that type of problems we can solve with the help of the graphs only. So in that every place, just now I said searching a path from your source to destination. No, in that for every landmark or a place is denoted as a node. Okay, is denoted as a node. Then from one landmark to another landmark, there is a way. No, that way is nothing but an edge. Okay, so like that the graphs will be useful in our real life, in real world. Okay, and these are used to represent the networks. What is this network means? For example, if you see this one, so network in the sense, for example, all the in for if you take the example as a college, all the client systems will be connected to the server only. So here clients will be treated as a nodes, and they are connected to the server. No, that will be treated as a root. Okay, main root one. So like that, even the graphs will be used to represent the networks also. Okay, so here, so the network may be include network, not only client and server. So network, it may be a telephonic network or a circuit network. So what's the telephone network in the sense, for example, if you take one person, so what is his phone number? What is where is his address? So these and all. If you take one person, what are the details belongs to that person is nothing but a network. That data, that information will be represented in the form of a graph only. Okay, it just applications. Just remember a few applications based on the graphs. Even our graphs unit or concept will be useful in social network. Social network in the sense like LinkedIn, Facebook. So these are like any social networks. We are using the graphs to represent the data. So how, for example, so in that Facebook, each person is represented as a vertex, each person. So in a Facebook, so one friend is connected to the other friend. Sometimes that Facebook will be suggest the friends, right? How it is going to suggest? Based on the links, based on the arcs or edges. So here person will be treated as a node. Okay, that connection will be treated as an edge. Based on that only, that vertices only, persons only, it is going to suggest to the friends in the Facebook. Okay, so each node is a structure. For example, in a Facebook, if you take the person detail, so what the person detail contains: his full name, where he studied, and what is his place, his mail ID, photo, phone number, etc., etc. Right? So all those details are present in the form of a fields, in the form of a fields in a node. That's why the every node, so every node will be treated as a structure. So every node will be treated as a structure. What the structure contains means people information only. For example, what I'm saying is, if you take a single link list, the node contains two fields, right? What is that two fields? Data field, link field. In the same way, every node contains some details, some fields. What are those fields means? Either that field name is a person name, person ID, gender, local, mail ID, like that. Okay, so there also, to represent that data also, we are going to use graph concept. So up to now, what I said, that is what that is a simple example in the next one. Okay, if you want to understand about the Facebook, then we are going to use the graph concept to represent the person's data. Okay, percent data in all the Facebook, the collection of nodes and edges. We have a collection of nodes and edges. That's why we can simply say that to represent the Facebook, whatever it is, social network information, we are using the data structure, that is graph data structure. So why we are using graph data structure means to store the data, to represent the data. Actually, to represent the data, we are using the graph data structure. So these are the few applications belongs to the graph where we are using, where it will be used in our real life. Okay. Next, the main concept in today's session is graph representation. Graph representation. Here, representation in the sense, not how it is going to create, not that one. How we are going to represent, not that one. Actually, this topic is belongs to how the memory. Um, I mean, how the graph is stored in computer's memory. That is nothing but the graph representation. Okay, so graph representation means here we are talking about how the data belongs to the graph is arranged in computer's memory. How the data is arranged in computer memory, that is what we are going to talk in today's session. Okay, there are two ways to represent the data. Okay, to represent means store the data in where in computers memory. Okay, so what is the first? There are two ways. What is the first way? First method, sequential representation. Sequential means here we are following one order, one particular order. If you take the sequential representation, okay, so we have to use the adjacency matrix. So we are using the adjacency matrix to store the data of a graph. Okay, if you are using a sequential representation, so here we will talk about like this. Either one, first one is undirected graph, next is directed graph. Okay, and another one is weighted graph. So based on these three types of graphs, so in every type of graph, how the data will be represented, that is what we are going to discuss in sequential representation. So what is the first point? Whenever you are using the sequential representation, use the adjacency matrix. Use the adjacency matrix. As you heard this matrix, if you heard this, you have to know that you have to remember like two terms. What are those two terms? Matrix means it contains rows and columns. It contains rows and columns. What is the dimension? So if you take n vertices in a graph, assume n vertices are present in a given graph, then the dimension is n cross n. It's like a square matrix. Okay, it's like a square matrix. For example, graph having 5 vertices, then what is the dimension of the matrix? 5 cross 5. That is the dimension of the matrix. So whenever you are taking the sequential representation, there you have to use adjacency matrix. Okay. Now, what is the dimension? What the matrix contains? Number of rows, number of columns. Here, what is the rows and columns names is vertices names. I will say the example so that you will understand easily. Okay, so vertices. So how to find the dimension of a graph of a adjacency matrix means formula is n cross n. Okay, and the important point you have to remember here is if there is an edge from vertex 1 to vertex 2, assume vertex 1 to vertex 2, then you have to put 1. Okay, you have to put 1. Okay, if there is no edge from 1 to 2, then you have to put 0. That is the two values you have to remember. Okay, for example, so let's start the examples. So what I said, in sequential representation, again it is categorized into three ways. What are those three ways? Undirected graph, directed graph, weighted graph. So in each and every type of graph, how we are going to represent adjacency matrix. That is what we say here. So the first one, what is the first one? Here we are going to discuss undirected graph. So when you take the undirected graph means every edge doesn't have a direction. It doesn't have a direction. Okay. Direction in the sense, yeah. So every edge have does not have a direction. Direction in the sense arcs like this. If this is an edge, if it is simply if it is like this, then it is a undirected graph. If the edge having a direction like forward or backward, whatever it is, okay, forward or backward, then it is said to be a directed graph. So here, what I'm saying, what is the important point you have to remember is based on the graph. Okay, based on the graph, the computer will be stored the data. How it is going to store the data? Computer won't store the graphs like this only. Okay, this is just for a pictorial representation for the users. Then how the compiler or a computer is going to understand this graphs means, see, first observe. So for every graph you have to you have to I mean, draw this, find this adjacency matrix. You have to find the adjacency matrix. Now, what type of graph it is? Undirected graph. Because if you observe all the edges, there is no direction. That's why it is called as a undirected graph. Now, what is the first step? How many vertices we have? 5. A, B, okay, C, D, and then E. So all the vertices names you should write like rows and columns, A, B, C, D, E, and A, B, C, D. Why? Actually, whenever we are talking about adjacency matrix, what is the dimension based on the vertices? How many number of vertices here? 5 vertices. So what is the dimension? We will get 5 cross 5. Okay, so 5 cross 5 is the dimension of the adjacency matrix. Now, first you have to find how many vertices you have. Write those names in rows and then columns. In rows and then columns. Now, Remember one more important point. Every self node is equal to 0. Every self node is equal to 0 because there is no direction to the self one. I mean, there is no arc from A to A. That's why you have to keep as a 0. So I will say 2 lines, then remaining 3 you try to understand. Okay. How to fill this matrix? Let's see. So A to A. So first, what is the first row name, row vertex name? A. So A to A. So what is there any edge from A to A? No. That's why we kept here 0. Now from A to B. From A to B, is there any edge? Yes, there is an edge. So that's why you kept here 1. Now you have to check from A to C. From A to C. Is there any edge from A to C? No. So there is no edge from A to C directly. Okay, that's why we kept here 0. Now A to D. Okay, A to D means yes, there is a connection. This one, there is a connection. That's why we kept here 1. Now A to E. A is here, E is here. Is there any edge from here to here? No. That's why we wrote here 0. Like that we have to fill entire matrix. Observe all the what we call diagonal. This is the diagonal, no? So this is equal to 0. Why? Because there is no self edge like this. Self edge. Self edge means edge. So from C to C, if there is an edge, then only it is equal to 1. If not, all the like A to A is 0, B to B is 0, C to C is 0, D to D is 0, E to E is 0. So all the diagonal matrix is equal to 0 when you take the undirected graph. Okay, so this is the first one, first type in sequential representation only. Next, we will talk about the directed graph. Okay, whatever I said up to now, it's just a theory. You just go for it. Okay. Next, directed graph. So what is mean by a directed graph? I already said every edge having a direction, every edge having a direction. See, A to B is there is an edge, but there is no edge from B to A. So you have to observe here directions. Okay, you have to observe here directions. Directions means arcs, either it is going forward or backward, like that you have to observe. Here also same thing. So what is the dimension? Based on the number of vertices, the dimension will be n cross n. For example, 6 vertices are there, 6 cross 6 matrix you have to generate. Okay, the computer will generate 6 cross 6. Now how we are going to fill this one? For example, now I'm going to choose D, row D. Okay, so how to fill this one? Let's check. Okay, see, from D, no? So D to A. First you have to check D to A. Is there any direction from D to A? Yes, there is an edge from D to A. This edge is going from D to A, it is going. That's why we kept here 1. That's why we kept here 1. Okay. Now, is there any direction from D to B? So from D to B, is there any direction? No. This edge is present, but it is coming from B to D. That's why we should not choose that one. The arrow should be like this. D to B means like this, but there is no direction like that. That's why we kept 0. In the same way, we have to check with all the vertices. D to C, okay, D to E, sorry, D to C, D to D, and then D to E. Okay, for every vertex you have to check. Is there any, now look at the graph, is there any arc or an edge from D? From D only A is there. There is no outgoing direction, outgoing edge from D. There is no outgoing edge from D except A. That's why here only we kept one, remaining all the values should be we set as a 0. We set as a 0. This is nothing but like this we are going to fill the adjacency matrix in case of a directed graph. In case of a directed graph, here also same thing. If an edge is present, then you have to put as a 1. If it is not present, then go with 0. Okay, that is the important one. But look at the direction. Based on the direction, you have to fill the matrix in case of a directed one. What is the next matrix? Weighted graph. So what is meant by a weighted graph? Weighted graph in the sense every edge has a weight. Every edge has a weight. But up to now, what we did, if an edge is present, then we keep we are assigning 1. Right? If edge is not present from between two vertex, we will set to 0. But in case of a weighted graph, weighted directed graph, okay, we have to fill with these weights. For example, I'm going to choose row B. Okay, now B to A. Is there any direction from B to A? No, there is no edge from B to A. That's why we kept here 0. Now again check. Is there any edge from B to B? B to B means self loop. No, that's why we kept here 0. Again B to C. B to C. Is there any edge from B to C? Yes. Now observe carefully. B to C is an edge. Actually, we have to keep 1 here. But why we kept here 2? Because this is a weighted directed graph. That's why we filled the matrix with weight. That is 2. Now, from B to D, B to D, yes, there is an edge and the weight is 1. That's why we wrote here 1. Now, is there any edge from B to E? No, there is no edge. That's why we kept 0 here. So, like this, you have to fill all the rows and columns in case of a weighted directed graph. Weighted directed graph. So all these three types representation or belongs to sequential representation. Okay, sequential representation. So now what is the second way? This is all belongs to only first way only. That is a sequential. Why we call it as a sequential? Here we are arranging the data rows and column way. That's why. Now what is the second way? Let's see. What is the second way? Linked representation. Linked. Linked means here you have to remember node. A node having some fields. Okay. So what are those fields? Data field, link field. Data contains the vertex name. Link contains the next vertex address. Next vertex address we have to keep. Here also same thing, we will talk about three types of graphs. The first one, see here, what is the first one? Undirected graph. So whenever you are talking about a linked representation, okay, you have to talk about adjacency list. Remember, adjacency list. Whenever you're talking about sequential representation, what you have to remember there? Adjacency matrix. Here list. Okay, that is the difference you have to note. Okay, now undirected graph means we already discussed, this is the undirected graph. Now we have to represent in the form of a list. In the form of a list. Now look at the vertex A. So I'm taking vertex A. I'm taking vertex A. From vertex A, okay, how many vertices it is, how many edges, and those edges are reaching to which node? There is two edges. So this one, okay, this one, and then this one. Only two edges from A. Where they are reaching? B and D. That's why A to B and B to D, only two edges, and the last link field should be keep as a null. It means from A we have only two nodes only. You can write like this also, A to D, D to B. Like that also you can write because it is an undirected graph. That's why you can, exchange these two also, no problem. Now, if you take a B, okay, if you take vertex B, vertex B, okay, then from how many edges from B? There are three edges. One, okay, one, next two, and then three. So what are the vertex names? A, D, C. So that's why A, D, C. So this is the last one. That's why we kept link field as null. So every node having a two fields. What are those two fields? Means one is data field. In that we store the vertex name. Okay. Sorry, vertex name. And what is the second field? Next node address. Next node address. Like this we are going to represent the adjacency list in case of a undirected graph. Now if you talk about the directed graph, okay, so if you take the directed graph, then it is same like that one only, but you can't exchange, like you can't, just now I said you can write like a Zembling format in case of a direct undirected, but here you can't write like that. So from A, okay, so what where is the edge? There is only one edge, one outgoing edge, and where it is going to reach B, that's why A to B. From that's it, there is no edge from A to B, only one edge. There is no another edge from A, that's why we kept null here. But if you take B, there are two edges, two outgoing edges, two outgoing edges. What are those two outgoing edges? One is D and another is C. So that's why you can write like this, B to C, C to D. And this is the last one. That's why we kept null, link field as null. So like this you have to fill. For example, if you choose C, if you choose C, okay, how many outgoing edges from C? Only one. Where it is reaching? E. That's why from C to where it is reaching? E. Only one node. That's why we kept null in the link field. Like this we have to fill the adjacency list in case of a directed graph. Okay, so in last we discussed this is a undirected graph, and here we discussed directed graph. So where we kept null one, so until we traverse all the nodes from that particular vertex, there then we have to keep null at the link field or pointer field, we can say pointer field. One more important point. So what is the length of the adjacency list? This one, what is the length of the adjacency list in case of a undirected graph? Is it is equal to twice the number of edges present in the undirected graph. Twice the number of edges present in the present in this graph. It means how many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 twos. Totally we have to get here 12 list. Totally we have to get 12 list in the adjacency list. That is the formula in case of a undirected. When it comes to the directed, what is the sum? Sum of the length is equal to number of edges present in the graph. So how many edges present here? Totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means only we have to get 6 list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only we have 6 list. But if you take undirected graph, we have to get twice the number of edges. That is the important point you have to remember. And the last one, last type of graph is weighted directed graph. So we just now we discussed weighted directed graph in case of a sequential. Here we are talking about the what is that, linked representation. So it means we have to take adjacency list. So
In case if you take directed or indirected, every node having only two fields. But if you take weighted directed graph, every node having a three fields. What are those one? What is that extra field means? Weight of the node. What is the extra field is weight of the node. So one is vertex name. Next is that weighted value, and the next field is next node address. If there is no next node, then we just set as a null. Okay, so this is the weighted directed graph. Now observe, we will take E for B, we will take B. Okay, so from B, how many edges, outgoing edges? C and then D. C and then D. Okay, so C, D. So to reach from B to C, what is the weight here? What is the weight? 2. That's why we wrote 2 here. Okay, to reach from B to D, what is the weight present here in weighted graph? 8. That's why we kept 8. That's it. We have only two, what is this? Vertices. That's why we traced two vertices. That's why we kept null at the pointer field. So like this, you have to, fill the adjacency list. Okay, so this is what today I'm going to explain. So we have totally two types: sequential representation, linked representation. Again, in sequential, we talk about directed, undirected, weighted. Here also same thing: directed, undirected, and weighted graph.